This is KGW News at Sunrise.
1 week into Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and Ukrainian officials say more than 2,000 civilians in their country have been killed. We have the latest details on the war coming up in 1 minute.
And Mayor Wheeler is stepping up his efforts to fix the homeless crisis in Portland. What he hopes to accomplish with the new Street Services Coordination Center. Plus.
And then you do the stirring.
And don't forget the pinky.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, get those pinkies up, ladies. Tea time was so popular over the holidays at one downtown Portland hotel. It's coming back for good. Get ready to write down the perfect idea for Easter or Mother's Day weekend. It's just ahead on Sunrise.
All those things make me think of spring. Mother's Day, Easter,
It's coming.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Friday Eve.
I was wondering why she just said ladies.
I feel like the ballroom dancing should begin, Rod.
He almost landed that one.
Man down! There's the there's the radar behind me. This is what's left, by the way, of that wet weather pattern, the rain moving away from us up into the Cascades. So we're in a brand new drier weather pattern this morning. Temperatures are in the 40s. You'll notice it's a little bit cooler outside, 44. We're mainly dry at this hour, and the forecast just calls for a few scattered showers, which you may find and you may not. So a pretty quiet day coming up. Mainly dry to start off, low 40s outdoors, shower chance at noon and recess, 48 degrees, and we'll call it a shower chance with some breaks, and 53 when the kids get out of school today.
All right, Rod, thank you.
They have bombed my city, destroyed many houses. They didn't launch rockets. They dropped bombs.
The situation in Ukraine continues to be dire this morning, and Russia now says it is ready for talks to end the fighting. Despite that, they won't stop targeting Ukraine's military, and a second round of peace talks between the two countries is expected today. Ukrainian officials say more than 2,000 civilians have been killed as Russia steps up its assault on key cities. As of this morning, the UN Refugee Agency is saying 1 million people have fled Ukraine since fighting started a week ago. The agency predicts up to 4 million could leave. We're going to have a lot more on the situation in Ukraine in our next half hour, and the Today Show will continue coverage right after sunrise. You can also follow all the latest developments on KGW.com.
Well, here at home, some big changes are coming to Portland this summer. City Council passed a year-round ban on all fireworks.
Yeah, you can't light them in the city, and you can't sell them in the city. KGW's Catherine Cook has more on what led to the ban.
I vote aye. So the ordinance is adopted.
In a unanimous vote Wednesday, Portland City Council banned both the use and sale of fireworks in the city. Commissioner Joanne Hardesty, who oversees the Fire Bureau, introduced the ordinance. She said banning fireworks is for the safety of our community as we adapt to the unfortunate realities of climate change.
I think where we're at today, it was the right decision.
Portland Fire Marshal Carrie Schimmel.
We've seen the wildfires lately. We know there's a climate change. Last summer was extremely dry and with the extreme heat.
Besides that, Schimmel points to the numbers. From 2019 to 2020, you can see a rise in fireworks-related fires. Then last summer, a dramatic drop. That's after Portland implemented an emergency ban on fireworks use and sales. Still, 3 people died last summer after investigators say fireworks ignited a dumpster outside this Northeast Portland apartment building. Even so, not everyone supports the ban.
We believe the best solution there is education and awareness.
James Fuller is a fireworks safety expert with TNT Fireworks. He says the company partners with over 40 charities in Portland that raise money by selling their fireworks and won't be able to now. He also thinks the ban doesn't consider those who follow the law and light fireworks responsibly.
It's not really going to stop what's posing the biggest risk, both for noise pollution, but also for the risk to fire and injury. And that's the aerials that are being bought in jurisdictions where they're still legal. They're being brought in illegal to your community, and they're being put off.
I mean, you understand all the sides.
Fire Marshal Schimmel knows some people are disappointed. She gets complaints every year about regulations, but last year, she says things were different. She believes a sign of the times.
We had plenty of calls still, but it was more of the gratitude.
The ban will take effect April 1st. Fireworks will still be allowed for public displays with a permit. In Southwest Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Portland's mayor has issued another emergency declaration to try and deal with the housing crisis here. Ted Wheeler says he knows it's worse than ever, and he knows people are frustrated. This declaration cuts through red tape and brings all homeless services, which are scattered across city bureaus, under one team. It's called the Street Services Coordination Center, and former fire chief Mike Myers will oversee it. Mayor Wheeler said this will make it easier to clear camps and get people into shelters. He's also pushing for more state and federal money to open shelters.
People can blame me if they want. If that's hopeful, go for it. But that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to be, the beanbag dummy. I'm here to work very hard to address the homeless crisis.
This is one of several emergency orders the mayor has issued recently. Last month, he ordered a ban on camping along major roadways after studies show the majority of pedestrians hit by cars in Portland are homeless.
We're just over a week away from the end of Oregon's universal mask mandate, and state education and health leaders are laying out new COVID plans for schools. So after March 12th, districts will have control over how they manage masking and other restrictions. But yesterday, state leaders did come out with some guidelines. They do away with extensive contact tracing and quarantine protocols. The state is no longer recommending quarantine for anyone exposed to COVID, only to those who test positive. The state still suggests schools notify those in the same classroom or bus route of positive cases. But in terms of testing, the state is recommending parents be able to opt in.
This is a time we feel we can safely make these changes without increasing the physical risk of spread of COVID, and maintain that goal of keeping students in desks in front of talented teachers every day for the remainder of the school year.
State officials stress that even though some welcome the new mask mandate, others, especially those who have health risks or family members who do, may see this as a stressful time. So they're asking everyone to be patient.
Portland Public Schools says it's projecting enrollment numbers will be down next year, so the district is responding to that by cutting back on teachers. During Tuesday's board meeting, the district said funding is often tied to enrollment numbers, so with fewer students, the district anticipates less funding. The president of the Portland Teachers Union, Elizabeth Thiel, said about 100 teachers have already been told that their positions are getting cut.
As of late last week, I was told it is still 65 elementary teachers, and now it is 31 middle school teachers and a few other PE teachers at the elementary level.
KGW reached out to the district for comment. The district responded with a statement that said, in part, the reduction projections for teachers for next school year is just under 89.
Now to some of the other headlines that we're following for you this morning. A 19-mile stretch of Highway 224 is on schedule to reopen May 1st. The road, which is east of Estacada, has been closed since it was engulfed by the Riverside fire in September of 2020. Earlier this week, a rockfall endangered workers along the highway. Crews are installing mesh and other safety measures to prevent that from happening again. ODOT says drivers may still experience delays throughout the summer as work on the highway continues. In Portland's West Hills, Northwest Thompson Road reopened after a landslide Tuesday night. That mud and debris blocked the road for much of the day yesterday, but crews cleared it and worked to stabilize the hillside. And this is good news. Oaks Park is opening the season with a special spring break session. Check out the rides, mini golf, and midway games every day from noon to 5 from March 19th through the 27th. The roller rink will also be open every day. After the 27th, Oaks Park will only be open on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You can find much more information if you go to their website, oakspark.com. And those are some of your morning headlines. Can't believe we're talking about spring break. It is March, though, and we are getting a break from the rain a little bit this morning.
We are dry this morning. There are, mainly dry. There are some scattered showers up around Astoria and getting ready to push inland. So things are getting back to normal today. We have the cooler weather back. We have just a scattered shower pattern in the forecast. So the threat of steady rain, that is over. Just some flurries in the air, literally up at Timberline right now. Temperature 26 degrees. Snow level at 4,000 feet. There may or may not be enough snow shower activity for a couple inches of snow up there today. You just look at all the dry weather offshore. And then again, as we get in closer, the last batch of rainy weather has exited the valley up into the Cascades. Still wet, though, out in the basin. Pendleton, and a mix of snow and rain showers, depending on elevation, is in the forecast for eastern Oregon. Scattered showers coming in from the northwest today, not expecting many. Any rain totals will be on the light side. Here we are at 9 this morning, and then here are the showers moving through the valley once we get into the afternoon hours, and then those kind of fizzle out once the sun goes down this evening. 44 in the Rose City right now. Not cold, but certainly temperatures getting back closer to normal. And for the valley, Salem up to about 51 degrees. Winds will be light northwest 5 to 15. Shower threat tomorrow again. Maybe you see something, maybe you don't. The weekend back to looking dry. Monday looks dry. The weather's quieting down. Time to relax and dream about summer.
I love the sound of that. I love it, Rod. Okay, thank you. Still ahead this morning, the next installment in our climate change series called The Tipping Point. Ocean acidification could be impacting local crab populations. Coming up here at 5:15, why it matters to the entire ecosystem.